Welcome back. It's the Bears' latest podcast. I'm your host, Colton St. Vincent, and today we are starting with some bad news. We have Dio Odangbo tearing his Achilles, out for the season. He was one of our bigger free agent pickups this last offseason. I believe we signed him for 3 years. I really haven't checked out his opt outs and stuff. So if you guys have, please let me know in the comments. But dude, this sucks. It's just more injuries. He was having kind of a down year, a little less action than everyone was expecting, but it's also, I mean, even if you have a bad 6, 7, 8, 9 games, you're still in the NFL. You can still have a good 8, 9 games to finish the season, and that's one hell of a season. That's a great pickup. Bears are 5-3 right now, and the injuries are piling up. We already saw Shamar Turner, Dom Robinson. They're both out for a few weeks. One guy we did get back this last game is also somebody that Ben Johnson really praised in his press conferences yesterday. He came up with about 5 good things that happened with the team. There was one about how he was happy that the team persevered after losing a big lead. He complimented Caleb a couple times. And then a big thing that he even pointed out was our boy Austin Booker. Austin Booker made his season debut today, got injured in the preseason, missed 7 games. In game 8, he came in strong. One of the more wild games we've had in a while. So his strip sack, I guess, there's 15 to 155 plays that you could point to that were the difference makers in the game. But I think an Austin Booker strip sack with his very first game back, that is going to hype the boys up. Yeah, you gave up 42. It happens, dude. It's the NFL. It's like a next man up mentality until a guy like Austin Booker gets back. I'm not saying he's a game breaker. Could be. I don't know. But if you have just healthy starters, that's just what we just need. Bodies, man. We need good, solid, healthy defensive bodies. And right now, Austin Booker is back. Hopefully he stays healthy for the rest of the season, because with Dio out, and like I said, Turner's been out, Robinson's been out, we have a lot of work to do. I would say one of the top things that we can really start to look forward to is the trade deadline. I think we can really get into it because November 4th at 3 o'clock Central, that's the trade deadline. So if you're watching this on Tuesday, it may have already happened. Shout out a comment below what you think the Bears could do, should do, because it came out today, or yesterday actually, that Jay Glazer believes that the Bears are going to be one of, if not the most aggressive team at the deadline. I think Odangbo being out really pushes that. I think we have to look more into depth pieces instead of just going straight for the top. But hey, if we go straight for the top, get a guy like Max Crosby, I don't think he's going to get traded. That would be insane. Would it be a stupid move to, I don't know, trade a bunch of firsts for a guy like Max Crosby? I do not think so. Max Crosby with Montez Sweat, or a guy like Max Crosby that can literally just change the game from a defensive side, it's such a thing that, I mean, us as Bears fans, we saw 2 Super Bowl teams be carried by their defense. 85, they won it, obviously, and then the Sexy Rexy Grossman won. Urlacher, Lance Briggs, Charles Tillman, game changers, game wreckers. Even Tommy Harris, dude. Give me a guy like any of that. Montez Sweat having a great season. Fantastic start to the season. But I do think that a good trade could really pop off here, could really help the boys, really helps the locker room. There are a lot of names being thrown around. 3 cornerbacks that really caught my eye. Cam Taylor-Britt from Cincinnati. He's had a lot of good seasons in the past, but we just saw that Cincinnati defense not really doing much. So I don't think they would care if they trade away anybody. That's a good veteran piece that could come in, hold his own, and we don't have to worry about some Joe Schmo off the street really playing nickel. Alontae Taylor from the Saints is also being tossed out there. And the number one guy that I think the Bears should go get is Reek Woolen. He has, I think, pretty much lost his starting position in Seattle. I believe he was a Pro Bowler pretty recently, but with guys like Devin Witherspoon there just being absolute monsters, and they just keep drafting absolute home runs. This might be a chance for the Seahawks to lose a guy that they don't really play that much. Hurts their depth, gets them a draft pick. We'll see what they value. The Bears could get a guy that's shown he is the guy. He is a dude. He's a Pro Bowler. He's a shutdown guy. I don't know his contract that well. I assume it's not that long with him being in trade rumors and whatever. But that is a defensive side move that I think would really change the trajectory of this season. We're still fighting for that wild card spot. We're going to be on that in the hunt graphic for a while. And I really do think that a nice defensive acquisition could really be beneficial. Another low-key, usually pretty cheap position that the Bears can go get is running back. It is one of the more dynamic and instant impact trades that you can make is the position of running back, but you really don't have to give up that much. I'm seeing rumors of Breece Hall going for a 5th rounder. Now you're watching this and you see the news and he goes for a 2nd rounder. I'm an idiot, but let me know how dumb I am. If you can get a guy like Breece Hall, especially with how hard and how common it is for running backs to get hurt. I mean, we just saw Roschon Johnson and DeAndre Swift miss a game. Those injuries just don't go away. You need the depth. You see teams like the Eagles. Eagles have the best running back in football, and they will constantly trade for Tank Bigsby. And in the past, they've traded for DeAndre Swift, and they've traded for all these bench depth pieces that you really need down the stretch because it gets grueling. It's tiring. And a guy like Breece Hall on one of the worst teams I've seen in a while could really, really be beneficial. His explosiveness, he just seems like one of those guys that has like a chip on his shoulder. And in Ben Johnson's offense, I think a guy like Breece Hall, oh my goodness, what the heck was that? Guy like Breece Hall, that's our guy. We get a guy like Breece, we get someone explosive. I don't think we need any like wide receiver help. Maybe like, I don't know, some O-line depth just in case the injury bug is just lingering around all season. I'm tired of talking injuries. I like to talk depth. And I think this trade deadline, a very aggressive deadline, could really help Poles build some depth. So those are the names. My number one is always going to be Breece, then Reek, and then Cam Taylor-Britt. Who knows? Who knows? What do you guys think? Comment below. Next game and final topic of today's show. Next game is against the Giants, guys. This is the first thing that I thought of. We ran Kyle Monangai all over the Bengals. Whether it's Monangai or it's DeAndre Swift, we should have a similar game against the Giants. 32nd in the league in rushing defense is your Cincinnati Bengals. New York Giants are right there, 31st in the league. Right after them, only team worse than them is the team that we just gashed with a 7th round rookie. I think Ben Johnson could be cooking up more stuff. I think this is a really good week for us to hype up this offense. Because, guys, after this, it gets a lot tougher. It's a lot more potential playoff teams or veteran teams of some division matchups. We've still got 2 against the Packers. We've still got the Vikings again. We got the Lions again coming up. It's a lot of tough games that could really alter the standings, and a very good run game. Establishing the run. Ever since our bye, the Bears' run game has been different. Without our 1-2 guys, we had, 180-something yards? That's sick. DJ Moore is always going to be back there as a threat. I think Ben Johnson's going to get the boys hyped and ready for the game. Right now, they are 3.5-point favorites. I do not see it getting much bigger than that because I feel like people really like to fantasize and fall in love with Jackson Dart, even though he's got nothing right now. He does not have much help. So I hopefully think that's a recipe for a nice controlled offense, a nice clean game by Caleb, no dumb mistakes or dumb sacks, and a good run game. Establish the run, play action opens up over the top, and a struggling defense with no personnel that could really help much on the Giants side is hopefully brewing up a nice little defensive explosion for the Bears defense, because I do think they are going to feel embarrassed after that game. 42 points to anyone, to the best offense of all time or JV high school football game. 42 points is a lot. You're going to get embarrassed. I think the boys are going to come out. Hopefully we get some good news on the injury report this week. I will keep everybody updated as long as I know. Thank you for watching the Bears' latest podcast. I'm your host, Colton St. Vincent. We will see you tomorrow for the next episode.